My friend, and by the way, this is not for children to watch and not for people who are not able to handle the truth. But I am an ex-prosecutor and have seen things in my life and have been forced to deal with them in terms of the horrors of humanity that forever changed my mind, my life. And I'm about to tell you some horrible things I've seen and why they're important. And that's why I am with Marjorie Taylor Greene 100% for basically showing the activities of a series of philatrecies servicing one Hunter Biden, because that's exactly what we're talking about, because a picture's worth 1,000 words. And reality is for people who can't handle drugs. That has nothing to do with it, but it's an old expression from the 70s. But I digress. America needs to know specifically what is happening here. America needs to know precisely what we're talking about. And I'm just the one to give it. I'm just the one to show you. Now sit back for a moment. And by the way, you might want to turn this off because this gets nasty. I'm going to tell you some things that are really nasty because they're true. I don't have to make stuff up. I'll tell you the truth. And I'll tell you in such a way that I will talk around it, which will make the horrors of it even worse than if I just showed you a picture of it, because I have that talent. That's why you're here. But first, let me ask you, number one, to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live videos and the like, and don't forget our great friend, those great patriots at mypillow.com. They need you. They need you right now more than ever, and you need them because they have the greatest products available. Use promo code Lionel, get a free gift. I know, a free gift. A gift is presumed to be free, so I'm tautological. Big deal. Sue me. So do me a favor. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. Look at what they've got. Look at what they're being offered. Just go to the site. You don't need me to tell you this. Go right now, MyPillow.com, and sign up and buy everything they have, but use promo code Lionel. I know it's expensive, but it's worth the trip. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene is showing people specifically what Hunter Biden is involved. This is a drug-addled, meth-addled, crack-infused, degenerate, a waste of flesh, a demented, disjointed, disconnected outcast from society. The fact that we share DNA is beyond anything that I can even imagine or comprehend. He basically gives drug addiction and debauchery a bad name. He is vile, putrescent, fetid, feculent, rancid. He is a complete and total distortion and a decayed, horrible version of humanity that has been propped up by that disgusting Biden racketeering crime family and the like. You have to show pictures of what is happening. Remember when you were a kid and you took driver's ed? Maybe this is my generation, but at the last day of driver's ed, they would always say, before you go, we want to show you a movie. And it was called Blood on the Highway or something. And it was this, in fact, there was a great series at the Film Forum of the auteur, the filmmaker who actually did these, would drive around and he would have a like a police radio, and he'd show up and take these horrible pictures at the scene of these 50s, Mercury car, but just people just disintegrated. And I, one time, will never forget, was a prosecutor, and a state trooper came to me and said, look at this picture. It was the inside of a car. You could tell it was mangled. He goes, find the body. Can you see her? It was a her. Can you see her? Well, I said, no. He goes, look, she's right there. And it was the inside, and everything was accordioned and smashed, and the steering wheel was here. And I said, I don't see it. He goes, see her arm? I said, oh my God. And it just was there the whole time. But she had become a part of the automobile. She was now fused. It was almost like a disgusting art scene. She was. Try explaining that to a jury. It was vehicular manslaughter or something, but try, you can't. Look at this. Look. I'm going to say this one time only. I'm going to say this. I don't want to go into detail. There was a case years ago of a man who came home and knew about his wife who was in bed and caught them, slipped back into his home. This fellow was either Puerto Rican or Cuban, and he was a landscaper, and he used a machete. He used this thing every day to instead of having an edger, to line the edging of lawns, he would use it. He could castrate a fly. He was so good with his machete. The boyfriend was in bed. He crept in. He caught the boyfriend right here. In this part, in the bone, he had to put his foot, pull that out. He rolled over and then got her. Anyway. You think you know what that looks like. You think you know what it looks like. You think you understand. You think you can't understand it. And the crime scene photos, they showed a video, and this was on videotape. This was a long time ago. You look and you say, I never forget the person who was showing this to us. He says, the carpet's not red. It was her. I'm going to leave you with one more story. I want you to imagine going to give blood. You've given blood, right? You give blood for a blood drive. Pint of blood. It's nothing. You're okay. A little juice. You're on your way. The body holds about 6 liters of blood. Now, if I took that pint, which is nothing, deadly, and took some towels and put them in a tub and just spilled that pint, you would think I got a moose or something. That's just one little pint. Imagine 6 liters. Now, what I just described to you, you can kind of get an idea of what I said. But if I said, here's what it looks like, you don't understand it. It will sear in your mind. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but sometimes words cannot explain to you what your eyes, no matter how you write it. Yes, you can speak, circuitously about certain things. To understand what is happening to the putrescence of our society, you have to have somebody explain to you what Tucker, I keep saying Tucker Hunter, what Hunter Biden and that family are doing. You have to have them explain to you specifically what it is that they are responsible for and at and with. And you cannot just describe it. Doesn't work that way. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, bravo. Show them. Don't give me this idea that somehow we live in a world where people are walking around nude, where kids are at playgrounds spouting vile, disgusting statements, where our level of humanity has hit such levels of depravity that we can't even put them into words, can't even explicate them. Don't tell me how somehow we in society are going to be offended by virtue of seeing this horrible spectacle, this waste of flesh and humanity called Hunter Biden. Show him. Show his meth rotten teeth. Show his trollops and meretrices and viragos and harlots and slatterns. These kept women, these fallen women, these victims, if you really want to be smart of it, of trafficking. Prostitution is not a voluntary act. Okay? It is not pretty baby or pretty woman, pretty baby, pretty woman. It's not, it doesn't work like that. Sorry. And you know, and I know, my friend, that the stuff that's really on that laptop, this stuff is really, really bad. Really bad. You know it and I know it. Okay. So good for you, MTG. Show more of it. Quit soft soaping it. Quit soft peddling it. Tell us the truth. Tell the world how vile and rancid and putrescent and disgusting and morally deteriorative this horrid group of people really is. That's all. Okay, dear friend. Have a great, a good, and a wonderful day. I know it's hard to say. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And don't forget our sponsor, mypillow.com, promo code Lionel, and comment as you see fit.